Hello and welcome to another video of this course. This is module 3 and we're going to be looking at water pollution. But under that, we're going to be looking at what is water pollution, types of water pollution, major water pollutants, causes and sources of water pollution, effects of water pollution, and the prevention and control of water pollution. So, what is water pollution? Water pollution is the contamination of water sources by harmful substances like chemicals or microorganisms, making the water unsafe for human use and damaging the environment. This can happen in various bodies of water, including rivers, lakes, oceans, and groundwater. What are water pollutants and how they categorize? We have contaminants with an origin in sewage, and these compounds can all reach water bodies via raw sewage or even treated sewage discharges. And examples are disinfection byproducts found in chemically disinfected drinking water, hormones from animal husbandry, and residue from human hormonal contraception methods. We also have insecticides and herbicides from agricultural runoff and chemical compounds found in personal hygiene and cosmetic products. We also have pathogens. Pathogens are water pollutants. They're like bacteria, viruses, protozoans, and parasitic worms that are found in wastewater. Some microorganisms sometimes found in contaminated surface waters that have caused human health problems include, this is a long one to pronounce, Burkholderia pseudomallei, Cryptosporidium parvum, Giardia lamblia, Salmonella, norovirus, and other viruses and parasitic worms, including Schistosoma type. So organic compounds are also pollutants. Organic substances that enter water bodies are called toxic, and amongst them are petroleum hydrocarbons, including fuels like gasoline, diesel fuel, jet fuels, and fuel oil, and lubricants and fuel combustion from byproducts from oil spills or stormwater runoff. We also have volatile organic compounds such as improperly stored industrial solvents. Another water pollutant is inorganic contaminants, and they include ammonia from food processing waste, heavy metals from motor vehicles, nitrates and phosphates from sewage and agriculture, sediment in runoff from construction sites or sewage, logging, slash and burn practices. We also have salt. Another pollutant is solid waste and plastics. Solid waste can enter water bodies through untreated sewage, combined sewage overflows, urban runoffs, people discarding garbage into the environment, wind carrying municipal solid waste from landfills, and so forth. And this results in microscopic pollution. And these are largely visible items polluting the water, but also microplastic pollutions that are not directly visible. So, what are the causes of water pollution? We have number one, domestic sewage. Domestic sewage is the primary source of pathogens. Pathogens are disease causing microorganisms and putrescible organic substances. Because pathogens are excreted in feces, all sewage from cities and towns is likely to contain pathogens and sometimes potentially presenting a direct threat to public health. Another source is solid waste. The improper disposal of solid waste is a major source of water pollution. Solid waste include garbage, rubbish, electronic waste, trash, and construction and demolition waste, all of which are generated by individuals, residential, commercial, institutional, and industrial activities. Another source is breakdown of plastic pollution into microplastics. Sunlight and seawater embrittle plastic, and the eventual breakdown of larger objects into microplastics makes plastic available to zooplankton and other small marine animals. Another type of water pollutant is toxic waste. Waste is considered toxic if it is poisonous, radioactive, explosive, carcinogenic, mutagenic, teratogenic, or bioaccumulative. Sources of toxic chemicals include improperly disposed wastewater from industrial plants and chemical process facilities, as well as surface runoffs containing pesticides used on agricultural areas and suburban laws. We also have sediments, also known as silt, resulting from soil erosion or construction activity can be carried into the water bodies by surface runoff. It can disrupt the reproductive cycles of fish and other forms of life. And when it is settled out of suspension, it can smother bottom dwelling organisms. So, what are the types of water pollutions we have? Right? They are number one, surface water pollution. Surface water pollution includes pollution in rivers, lakes, and oceans. A subset of water pollution is marine pollution, which affects oceans. Nutrient pollution refers to the contamination by excessive input of nutrients. Lack of sanitation is concerning and often leads to water pollution via the practice of open defecation during rain events or floods. The human feces are then moved from the ground where they are deposited into surface waters, and simple pit latrines may also get flooded during rain events. Another type of water pollution is marine pollution, and this occurs when substances used or spread by humans, such as industrial, agricultural, and residential waste, particles, noise, excess carbon dioxide, or invasive organisms enter the ocean and cause harmful effects there. The majority of this waste comes from land-based activities, although marine transportation significantly contributes as well. Another type is nutrient pollution. Nutrient pollution is a form of water pollution caused by too many nutrients entering the water. It is a primary cause of eutrophication of surface waters like lakes, rivers, and coastal waters, in which excess nutrients, usually nitrogen or phosphorus, stimulate algal growth. Another type is thermal pollution. Thermal pollution, sometimes called thermal enrichment, is the degradation of water quality by any process that changes the ambient water temperature. Thermal pollution is the rise or drop in the temperature of a natural body of water caused by human influence. A common cause of thermal pollution is the use of water as a coolant by power plants and industrial manufacturers. Now, we also have biological pollution, and this is simply the introduction of aquatic invasive organisms in water. It causes biological pollution. We also have finally groundwater pollution, and sometimes called groundwater contamination. It occurs when pollutants are released to the ground and make their ways into groundwater. And this type of pollution can occur naturally due to the presence of a minor and unwanted constituent, contaminant, or impurity in the groundwater, in which case it is likely to be referred to as a contamination rather than a pollution. So, what are the effects of water pollution on groundwater and oceans? Number one, we want to look at the ecosystem. Water pollution is a major global environmental problem because it can result in the degradation of all aquatic ecosystems, fresh, coastal, and ocean waters. The specific contaminants leading to pollution in water include a wide spectrum of chemicals, pathogens, and physical changes such as elevated temperature. Now, while many of these chemicals and substances are regulated naturally, the concentration usually determines what is a natural component and what is a contaminant. Number two, public health and waterborne diseases. A study published in 2017 stated that polluted water spread gastrointestinal diseases and parasitic infections and killed 1.8 million people. Persistent exposure to pollutants through water and environmental hazards, which can increase the likelihood for one to develop cancer or other diseases. We also have eutrophication from nitrogen pollution. Nitrogen pollution can cause eutrophication, especially in lakes. Eutrophication is an increase in the concentration of chemical nutrients in an ecosystem to an extent that increases the primary productivity of the ecosystem. Subsequent negative environmental effects such as anoxia and severe reductions in water quality may occur, and this can harm fish and other animal populations. Now, we also have ocean acidification, which is another impact of water pollution. Ocean acidification is the ongoing decrease in the pH value of the Earth's oceans caused by the uptake of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Control of water pollution requires appropriate infrastructure and management plans. Infrastructure may include wastewater treatment plants, for example, sewage treatment plants and industrial wastewater treatment plants. So we also have sanitation and water treatment. So just in case for those who are wondering, we're looking at the control of water pollution, how we can control and prevent it. We've talked about control of um, we have talked about infrastructure such as sewage treatment plants. So let's look at all of them. For sanitation and sewage treatment, municipal wastewater can be treated by centralized sewage treatment plants, decentralized water systems, nature-based solution, or in on-site sewage facilities and septic tanks. For example, waste stabilization ponds can be a low treatment option for sewage. We also have industrial wastewater treatment. Industrial wastewater treatment describes the process used for treating wastewater that is produced by industries as an undesirable byproduct. After the treatment, the treated industrial wastewater may be reused or released to a sanitary sewer or to a surface water in the environment. Another option is agricultural wastewater treatment. Agricultural wastewater treatment is a farm management agenda for controlling pollution from confined animal operations and from surface runoffs that may be contaminated by chemicals in fertilizers, pesticides, animal slurry, crop residues, or irrigation water. Agricultural wastewater treatment is required for continuous confined animal operations like milk and egg production. It may be performed in plants using mechanized treatment units similar to those used for industrial wastewater. We also have management of erosion and sediment control. Sediment from construction sites can be managed by installation of erosion controls such as mulching and hydroseeding and sediment controls such as sediment basins and field fences. And finally, we have control of urban runoffs. Effective control of urban runoffs involves reducing the velocity and flow of stormwater, as well as reducing pollutant discharges. Local governments use a variety of stormwater management techniques to reduce the effect of urban runoffs. These techniques, called best management practices for water pollution in some countries, may focus on water quantity control, while others focus on improving water quality, and some perform both functions. Thank you. We've come to the end of this class. I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.